The right knife from the 413. Check out That's So Ties.
The cutest baby in the game.
Is that good enough?
It's so many questions on how I do this lavender enchantress set, so if you want to know how, keep on watching. Whenever I do nail art, I always find it easy to have one of these magnetic diamonds and a little stand. And if you have watched previous nail tutorials, you guys know that I always prep my tips. A well-prepped tip is like a canvas, like a painter preps their canvas. You know, gel polish will crack and peel if it's on a shiny surface. So I find that taking these extra steps to really prep my tips makes the biggest difference to me. I don't know, some people may find a better, easier route, but this is how I do it. I want my nail sets to last not just for, 4 to 6 weeks, but I've had people contact me years later and show sets that I've done that, my skills obviously have improved on, and they're not missing any stones, and the nail art looks really, really good still. So these are the products that I used, and you can use some variation of these products. You do not have to use these, but I will leave them linked in the description box below. Shout out to Tabitha Scott Nails because she put me onto these buttercreams. They literally live up to their name. They are so creamy and buttery. And honestly, these are 1 coat coverage. I do go in with 2 coats just to ensure, honestly, like the coverage and the strength of the nail. But these are literally 1 coat coverage. Like, look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And lavender or lilac is my favorite color. Now, I did go in with 2 coats. It wasn't necessary to go in with 2 coats because you can see this color is very opaque. Buttercreams tend to be very opaque. So, you don't need 2 coats, but I always like to go in with 2 just for my own brain sake. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything and it's just completely smooth. And this is just how my brain works. But you can go in with only 1 coat if that's what you like. Always remember to wipe your sides. That is what's going to keep your shape. So I'm going to go in with this nail tab paper. This is just me showing you, like, this is the plastic that I had on hand. I just used the side that doesn't have, like, the shape of the, what am I trying to say? Of the tabs, I go in with the flat side, and that's what's going to give me my little shape for my, I don't even know what to call it. It's kind of like flat, like a mirror, but it's just going to give me the shape base. So I'm going to go in with my hard gel, and I'm just going to press that down, and you see what I mean? Like, I don't really know what it's called, but it's just going to give me like kind of like a flat base, like a mirror. And then I'm going to go in with my layer of Aurora Chromes, and I did get these off of Amazon, so I will leave those linked in the description box for you guys. Fun fact, when I was doing this set for this tutorial, it took me forever because I could not remember what variation of products that I used. I had to do so many practice nails to figure out what I did the first time because honestly, sometimes I just do things in the spur of the moment and I truly don't remember what I did. So I like to test out my foils before I actually put them on because sometimes I do put them on the wrong way and then I end up having to go in with another layer of foil gel because I ended up trying to my foils on the wrong side. So I just do like a little tap test first and then I go in with my foil, and I like to use my fingers, or a silicone tool will work too if you don't want to use your fingers, to really get that foil off so it can come off nice and clean. And look at that, it's so beautiful. And also, what another fun fact is buff. So you want to top coat this before you go in with your hard gel around it. Buff beforehand. I forgot to, so I was trying to buff after I put this little, gel base around the outside to kind of create my little I don't even know what to call it, but my little rim around the outside, buff that flat piece before you do your frame, because it will make it so much easier for whatever chrome you put on the outside to not stick. I tried to do it after the fact, and so I ended up having to go in with my cleanup brush, and it's not a horrible thing, but it's just a tedious thing. So spare yourself that time. But like I said, how my brain works is I just sometimes overly do things or forget steps because I'm trying to fully remember how I did it the first time, and I don't. So I really want to start recording when I do sets, because I really forget what I do the first time. Like, I truly, truly do. And I end up having to sit there for days trying to figure out, how did I do this? I do not remember what I did the first time, because I just do things randomly, and like, I'm inspired by multiple people. So I can see one tutorial, then I can see a different tutorial, then I can come across a nail set, and I'm like, how can I combine all these sets together? So you see why I said you only really could have went in with one coat, because we do go over the base with a white, just because that's what I like to put under my bronze chrome. I don't like to do black because I feel like it changes the color of the chrome slightly, and I like the way that the white looks under the bronze chrome. And Daily Charm, top tier, chef's kiss. I love their products. I love their chromes, and I love their chrome base. So that is what I'm going in with. And now we are going to do our layers of chrome. I do 3 layers of chrome. That's what gives me the best payoff for myself. I know it's probably, a lot of people only go with one, layer of chrome, but I like to go in with 3. 2 to 3 layers of chrome. That gives me the most opacity that I'm looking for. And honestly, I account for this in my nails. I usually have about 7 layers of gel products on my nails, it still gives them the strength. They're still flexible enough to where, you can flex the nails gently so that, you have a little bit of space. They're not too tight. But if you are unsure of this with your client, then, you can size your nails up if you want to account for the extra layers of chrome. And like I said, if I only went in with 1 layer of the base gel and stuff like that, you can always alter this to, the whatever you want to alter it to. You might cut some steps out. You might feel like, well, why do I need to do this and this and that if I could just do it this way? But this is just how my brain works, honestly. So I'm just showing you guys how I came up with this design. It was highly requested, but I do like to go in with 3 layers of chrome, because I just feel like, me personally, 1 layer just is not enough, and neither is 2 layers. I feel like 3 is just like the perfect for me for what I'm looking for. Sometimes when you're top coating, at least for me, some of my chrome comes off, so it guarantees it when I do 3. And I honestly put on the first layer with gloves, and I feel like it kind of definitely didn't make it opaque, so I ended up removing my glove and putting the chrome on with my finger, because I ran out of sponges. So I had to use my finger, use gloves, use sponges. Unfortunately, I didn't have any. So, for your safety and, stuff like that, if you have a sponge, I would recommend using that. I just didn't have it, and I wanted to get this tutorial out for you guys. And it was requested a while ago, but I just didn't get a chance to get it. So I hope this is helpful, and I hope you guys get some tips and tricks. And I hope that you enjoy. When I do my 3rd layer of chrome, I really want to make sure I'm getting in those grooves around the frame. I want to make sure I'm getting the edges. And then I really, really go in and just rub that chrome in, just because this is our final layer. So I want to make sure that it's fully, fully opaque. It's chromed out, shiny. It's mirror finish. That is the goal for the final layer. Please excuse my voice. I am recording this super early in the morning before I get my kids up for school because I really wanted to get this out for you guys. And I just needed to do the voiceover part. So I apologize if I sound like crazy, or you're like, what is going on with her voice? But honestly, it's super early in the morning, and this is the calm before the storm. So I like to go in with my cleanup brush with some acetone, and I like to clean up any spillover that I got from my chrome. And I love IBD top coat. It's so good. I'm going to leave this link in the description box. This is one of the first top coats I started buying when I invested in gel polish when I first started my press-on nail journey. So shout out to Get Nail 32 because she inspired my name, and she inspired me to start using that product. And then I'm going to go in with my final layer of top coat over the nail again, and I like to use Après no scratch top coat. And I really just focus on getting any extra top coat out of the grooves of the nail. And then I do top coat over the IBD top coat as well. If you're worried about pooling or any pulling between the two products, I will go in with a layer of non-acid primer in between, just so that you have like a little bit of a sticky base, and then top coat again. But I didn't have that problem with the two top coats because they kind of have slightly different finish. IBD kind of has a slightly tacky top coat, so I can also put chrome over that, and the no scratch top coat from Après doesn't. So the combination of the two work for me. But if you have a issue with pooling, then you should go in maybe like with a light buff, or use a non-acid primer to put a little tacky base underneath. And this is the final look. It's so pretty. I ended up using a different shape than obviously I showed you with the full set, because this is just a practice nail that I had on hand. And when I apply my press-on nails, I always apply under the cuticle. Don't push it too far in, but slightly under is going to give you that most natural acrylic looking finish. And boom, this is the final set that I created for a client, and this is the same shape on myself that you guys loved, and this is my favorite. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace and love.